Hey guys, welcome back to the TerrainStudio. I'm your host, Sean Morris. I just wanted to show you one last thing on the table. I had forgot to previously film. I had mentioned about the shafts and various elements coming down from the upper level, but I failed to mention the fact that there is an upper level to this table. So I guess it would be prudent for me to show you what the table looks like with the second half added. So here we are with the additional elements to the table. So now you can see the table is a little more dynamic. We have a lot more size and stature to the table, as this is designed to be an underground laboratory. I failed to mention that previously, just because I wanted to give you guys the wow factor of having the top level. I think it adds a lot of wow factor to the table myself. It really contrasts nicely with that dark undertone, that grease, grimy look, and gives it sort of a, an Avatar-ish world feel on top. With a touch of devastation tied in and some additional elements. So as you can see, the top is designed to fit over the existing board. All areas of the board are accessible, minus the secret laboratory. Hence why the world covers this secret laboratory, hidden away from the rest of the world. So that is why that's not accessible. So, when this is going to be first introduced to players, it's going to be really cool, as you can sort of lose sight the fact that there may actually be something underneath that central portion. So I'll talk a lot about the upper portion here, just because this is kind of what ties the whole board together. So let me just talk a little bit construction wise. So these are aquarium trees that I've sort of spruced up and added a lot to kind of tie them in with the rest of the board. It is a flocking base here. It's built up several layers, nice and thick. So hopefully that's nice and sealed and shouldn't have too much abrasion on that, so I think it'll be pretty good. I did tie in these craters. I wanted to give that I wanted to break up just the lushness, so I just added in some cratered sections, but I didn't make a lot of fresh devastation. So these are to simulate old world bombings. Basically the land is dead, so no grass is growing there, but again, there's not a lot of upturned soil or anything. You will see that there's a hatch right here, and the hatch, I left the cover to come off just because I wasn't sure if the customer wanted to have them open and closed and whatnot. So, but that is actually to simulate coming down into that shaft that I showed you previous. So that's sort of camouflaged into the crater. Again, the craters have been here for a while. So then we have this large tree here. I put a character on there for scale, so you can see that we got some pretty significant stature for the tree. Again, it's got this sort of opening here, so you can simulate that you can go in there and sort of disappear into the underworld. There's a bunker here, again giving points of access or entry to the underworld. We have this nice landing platform here. So this is totally removable, so if you want to go no sides and sort of open it up, we can do that. And we can also remove several of the bases themselves, just to sort of open that up. And it's actually multi-level, so there are some things you could do with that if you wanted to, put some characters in there or whatnot. All the tree stands, again, some great variation in here. This one here, you'll notice, sorry, back out. This one actually has another hatch hidden amongst it, so that hatch is removable, so it can be moved and placed around the table. But I thought it would be a nice place to hide a second entry point. So all the tree stands are removable. Again, just for placement purposes, they can be moved around and placed in various locations, just to add a little bit of dynamic look to the table. So here you go, you get the piece of foam. The top-down look. So again, all the levels or all the rooms are playable, even with the upper level. So you then sort of gain multiple levels of play, and you can have a lot of stuff going on at the same time. So that's really something I wanted to achieve, and was really important in terms of making this as functioning as I possibly could. Again, you get this bridge area here going across the water. and the bridge is removable again, so if you want to have a bridge in the game, or maybe the bridge is destroyed, whatnot, you can certainly do that. Obviously these central craters are pretty predominant. We have a bunker here, so it's got an entry door there. Just a really light foam, very dense but very light. And again, the tree sort of is the focal point of the top. Then you'll notice it goes into this sort of cascading rolling hill. This is something really difficult to achieve, but something that I wanted to, because I felt the gantry being as high as it was, if it was above the ground level, it would look a little bit odd. So I've incorporated some base trees and some trees on the hill. The trees on the hill, plants on the hill, sorry, are not removable, but again, the hill surface itself, although it is a little bit steep, is completely accessible. So even on the steepest portions, the characters still stand up. So kind of a neat element to it. And then from the side point, you can see what I'm getting at. So you have this sort of arcing, this overture of vegetation, and that basically finishes off the hangar area here. And I've detailed the bottoms to look, you know, like rafters or scaffolding, sort of this ribbed look, and it adds a lot to it. So this is actually magnetized here, quite strongly magnetized. So I got the plastic card to bend and shape to the ribs. So again, you get some really cool, and you can almost get a sense right from this angle here of that vaulted look. So hopefully the customer is pleased with that. So again, from this side here, you get that arch. But again, as you step back and you get from this side, you get the sense that it's just a rolling hill that goes up on the table. So hopefully you guys are pretty impressed with. Let's focus. There we go. Pretty impressed with that. I think that it does add a lot of really neat coloration to that. I'm just gonna take a step up to the landing here, give you guys a sense of what the table looks like from the top here. I guess I'll keep it this way. So hopefully, if I can zoom in a little bit, it doesn't appear that I can. Here we go. Yeah, so there you guys go. So again, from top to bottom there, we get the pipeworks room, then the hangar, and then you get the central, you know, the epic room, little pipework section, the hangar itself, the top level, and then you're down to the docking. And again, so you can see that there is a lot going on the table. So overall, really fun project, guys. It was really a pleasure to do something like this. Certainly I won't shy away from it in the future. Again, I could probably make improvements and sort of step up my game on the next one. Call this a trial run, you know. Not bad for a first attempt. I just want to give some thank yous too for the project. The base tile work and the wall core construction was done by Back to Basics, so big shout out to Aaron at Back to Basics for hooking me up with all of the core construction pieces. He also did the tile, the Victorian, the nautical cross designs with the acrylic work. So that's a huge element to the table, and I'm really pleased how that turned out. So I appreciate that. And then also Josh at Greenman Designs. He really put his head into this one, and together we came up with the tile designs. So the grading work, the wire and piping works on the walls, the gantry design is his, as well as the landing platform. So super impressed with their work. I'll be working with both of them immediately following this project, so look for more stuff from them. But in the meantime, don't hesitate to check them out yourself, or if you got questions specifically about the designs I did here, I can sort of hopefully channel you through to them or answer the questions myself. So hopefully you guys appreciated that, and stay tuned for more projects, more from the Terrain Studio. I have another one coming up right away, not secretive, so you guys will again get your daily dose of videos. That'll be coming up really soon, starting April 1st. I'll be back on the daily videos. So I took a hiatus only because again, respect for the customer. I didn't want to post daily updates. I wanted to, you know, have a big bang wow factor. Hopefully this was impressive to you guys. If it's not, then I'll try to do better in the future. So please stay tuned to the Terrain Studio. Again, Sean Morris. If you need to email me, you can get a hold of me through YouTube, or it's sean.morris@rankingshq.com. So you guys can certainly hit me up with an email, and I'll look for you guys in the next video and check for your stuff in the comments. So have a great night. Cheers.